Excellency, the Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase, the Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, and the First Deputy Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament. Your Excellency, the Host Governor, Distinguished Senator Hope Obidika Uzodinma Onwa, the Governor of Imo State. Your Excellencies, Governors of other states, and Deputy Governors represented at this occasion. Your Excellency, Barrister Mrs. Chioma Uzodinma, the wife of the Governor of Imo State and First Lady of the state. Your Excellency, Professor Placid Njoko, the Deputy Governor of Imo State, and your lovely wife, members of the Senate and members of the National House of Representatives and members of the National Assembly, serving and former. The Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, Honorable Barrister Kennedy Ibe. The Deputy Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Amara Iwanyangu, and other members of the State Assembly here present. Members of the Federal Executive Council under entourage of Mr. President, Your Excellencies, former governors here present, the Secretary to the Government of Imo State, Chief Cosmos Iwu, the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Barrister Nnamdi Anyehi, the Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Barrister C.O.C. Akolisa, and members of the State Executive Council here present, Dr. Ijoma Arodiobu, the National Vice Chairman Southeast of the All Progressives Congress, leading members of the APC National Working Committee to this occasion. The State Chairman, APC Imo State, and members of the State Working Committee, Your Excellency, former Minister of Foreign Affairs, Senator General E.K. Nwachukwu, former service chiefs present, President General Ohaneze Ndigbo Worldwide, Professor George Obiozo, and members of the executive, faith-based leaders, that is, CAN State Chairman and State Chairman, Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, local government sole administrators, Your Royal Highness Eze Dr. E.C. Okeke Ezudo II, Amaifeke State Chairman, Traditional Rulers Council, my Lord Spiritual and Temporal, Chairman, Imo State Elders Council, and members, Captain of Industries, leaders of thoughts and elder statesmen from Southeast Nigeria, distinguished invited guests, members of the fourth estate of the realm, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, who today is looking very completely like an Igbo man, and I dare give you an Igbo name. I therefore would like to give you an Igbo name, President Muhammadu Buhari Akachukwu, GCFR. Only a year and 3 days ago, you were in Imo State on an official visit to commission and inaugurate projects executed by the very visionary and ebullient Governor of Imo State, His Excellency Senator Hope Uzodinma. As at the 9th of September last year, when you came to Imo State, he was just barely 1 year in office. Many people are asking questions, Your Excellency, as to why are you visiting Imo again? And the answers are in public domain. The answers are that it is only when something is sweet that you want to visit a second time. The meals that were served you in Imo State were very sweet, and they have prepared yet other pots of different cuisines for you, and you have found time out of your very busy schedule to come grace these events, to commission more projects. And that is the answer to the questions. Something good is happening in Imo State that attracts the president to Imo again and again. At this point, Your Excellency, Mr. World-Class Projects, as the Imo Lights fondly call the Governor of Imo State, has lived to his promise, the campaign promise of indeed and the entire Imo State of turning Imo State to a mini London, which is already in the offing despite the daunting challenges that he inherited. Based on his 3 R's, reconstruction, rehabilitation, and recovery. The governor has done a yeoman's job and deserves a tremendous, resounding round of applause. I wish we have a type 4 of its kind in this geopolitical zone. Nigeria would be a lot better and a lot more unified. Please applaud the governor one more time. Your Excellency, Governor Hope Uzodinma, you have put your name on the sands of time for the things you have done within a very short period, and many more to come. And you must also agree with me that he's a man of taste, class, panache, dexterity, and you Imolites should not expect anything less than what you're seeing. Rather, there will be improvement on the things that you're seeing on ground. It is on this note, Your Excellency, that I'd like to, at this point in time, invite the SA protocol to the governor to please take charge at this point in time. Please let's welcome Honorable Bright.
Thank you, Gabriel. Your Excellency, Mr. President, we have a culture in Imo State that if you are happy with your August visitor, you must say welcome. May I humbly invite the Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, to say welcome in the Igbo tradition to His Excellency, Mr. President.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Your Excellencies, the Deputy Governor, the former governors, honorable ministers, the President General of Ohaneze, and also Ndewono. Excellency, this assignment is a very difficult one, given that in this audience, we have traditional title holders from the 5 states of the Southeast, whose seniority one cannot easily establish as to who to recognize first and who not to recognize second. It is on this note I will crave your indulgence to, and the permission of Mr. President, to use the President General of Ohaneze Ndibo as a point of contact and plead with him to, on behalf of the government and people of Imo State, present this scholar to Mr. President and the audience. Ndewono.
Me to sit down. Oh, yes. Kola, presentation is a very serious thing in Igbo land. A serious matter. Because if you go to an Igbo man's house, he can even give you food, he gives you everything. But when you ask Onyokolegoachi, that means did he give you cola? If you say no, if everything is cancelled. So, Mr. President, it is a sign of love. It is also a sign of friendship, peace. That is what cola represents in Igbo land. Check! Igbo kwenu! Mr. President, this cola is for you, and on behalf of Igbos, may I present it to your distinguished self.
Your Excellency, Muhammadu Buhari, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Your Excellency, the Deputy Senate President. Your Excellency, the Deputy President of House of Rep. Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma,
our own performing governor, Your Excellency, the wife of the governor of Imo State, Barrister Chioma Uzodinma, Your Excellency, the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Professor Ambassador Obiozo, Your Excellencies here present, please let me observe the protocols ably established by the Master of Ceremony. Your Excellency, Mr. President, on behalf of Imo State Government, we want to say a big welcome again to Imo State. It has not been a long time you came to Imo State to commission a project. We are happy again to have you in our midst to commission another landmark project in Imo State. This shows the love you have for Imo State. Despite your busy schedules, you always have time to come to Imo State whenever His Excellency the Governor invites you to come and commission a project. It's good to inform you, Mr. President, that the Imo State Governor, His Excellency Senator Uzodinma, has done Imo State proud. I don't know whether it will be breach of protocol, but Your Excellency, thank him for us. He's always ahead of the government, leading us in a rightful direction. All the campaign promises he made when we were canvassing for votes, within 3 years, despite inconveniences, despite insecurity, the governor has been able to make his mark. This is one of those projects that had direct impact on the economic and social life of the people, especially the Owerri or Kigwe Road. There is a place we call Ekemele. Before now, even now that is September, you will hardly pass it within 4 hours. It was a nightmare for people in that zone. To come to Owerri was usually something to plan for. But today, and since that road was completed, in less than 20 minutes, people from Okigwe zone will come to Owerri without any problem. We are happy, Your Excellency, Mr. President. While we enjoy the roads and other projects, but His Excellency, the Governor, has put his name on the marble. Anybody that applies that road will say, this road was built during the governorship of Pope Uzodinma. And we are proud to be associated with him, as it happened during when I'm the secretary to the government. On behalf of Imo State government, I want to welcome Mr. President and assure you that what we are witnessing today is a product of prudent management of scarce resources, put for the use of every Imo citizens. And we hope that we are going to invite His Excellency, Mr. President, to commission more projects in Imo State, because so many are in the pipeline. I want to welcome you on behalf of all of us and thank you and wish you safe journey while you are going back to Abuja. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much for that one, the SSG Chief Cosmas Iwu. And now for his welcome address, Let's please make welcome the President General, Ohaneze Ndibo Worldwide. For his goodwill message, Professor Ambassador George Obiozo. Please a round of applause.
President, Commander-in-Chief, Muhammadu Buhari, Governor of Imo State, Senator Uzodinma and his wife, the Deputy Governor, Professor Placid Njoko, traditional rulers, clergy, members of the House, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me stay on the protocol already established. It gives me a great pleasure to once again welcome Mr. President to Owerri, the heartland of Igbo nation. I recall that on Thursday night, September 2021, this same venue, I presented an address to His Excellency, Mr. President, on a wide range of issues of concern to our people and zone. So much has happened since then, but it is important to inform Mr. President that although our people are doing their utmost to confront a plethora of challenges, the two that are of the greatest importance as of today in the Southeast political zone are the issue of security and infrastructure. Your Excellency, Mr. President, it is a pleasure also to acknowledge with appreciation and immense gratitude your encouragement and support to the governments of the Southeast toward the development and growth of the Southeast zone. The people of Imo State, particularly, and the Igbo land in general, commend you for your acts of magnanimity. We also equally want to state categorically, and as you have seen in the projects we have commissioned today, and those you did last year, that the Imo State Governor, distinguished Senator Uzodinma, is indeed a committed governor. Development-focused, transformation governor, and a statesman. In conclusion, Mr. President, I wish to reiterate and speak on behalf of our Ndibo worldwide, both at home and in diaspora, that our people are committed to the Nigeria project. That we desire a country that provides the platform and opportunities to contribute our utmost best to the growth of our fatherland. We seek justice, equity, fairness, and going by our historical antecedents, we are in every part of Nigeria, and therefore claim to be the most federating of all Nigerians. As we bid you farewell and safe journey to Abuja, it will be my pleasure to present to Mr. President a booklet called The Journey So Far, which is a compilation of my public speeches as President General of Ndibo. Mr. President, thank you very much. You are welcome. I thank you all.
We can do better for the President General of Igbo. The presentation is being made to Mr. President. The governor is transmitting accordingly. Mr. President, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when we look at the history of today, considering the commissioning of Owerri Olu Road, Owerri Okigwe Road, and of course, the rehabilitated Imo State House of Assembly, we can now agree the 3R mantra of this administration: rehabilitation, reconstruction, and recovery. And now, with due respect to Mr. President, may I humbly invite this hope of Imo State, this hope that goes to Abuja to meet with Mr. President and he comes back bringing hope to Imo people. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, Governor, Imo State, in the language of the Bible, may I say, Master, speak, your people hear it.
Your Excellency, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, most distinguished Senator Ovia Omo Agege, Deputy President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Right Honorable Ahmed Idris Wase, Deputy Speaker, Federal House of Representatives, National Assembly, Abuja. Your Excellency, Barrister Mrs. Shoma Uzodinma, wife of the Governor of Imo State. Representatives of governors of the Southeast who are here, Your Excellency, Professor Placid Njoko, Deputy Governor of Imo State, the President General Ohaneze Ndigbo, members of the National Assembly, serving and non-serving, Chairman of APC in Imo State, McDonald Ebere, PhD, all the candidates of APC for 2023 forthcoming elections who are in this hall. I recognize all of you. The Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Barrister Kennedy Ibe, and the Deputy Speaker and other members of Imo State House of Assembly, members of the Federal Executive Council on the entourage of Mr. President. I have a very long list here, but if you will agree, I want to crave your indulgence to align myself with the protocol list already established by the Master of Ceremony. Should I go on? Those in favor say yeah. Against say no. The yes have it. Your Excellency, Mr. President, on behalf of the government and good people of Imo State, I am very pleased to most warmly welcome you, our father, our leader, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, to our dear state of Imo. Imo State is the hospitality capital of Eastern Nigeria. Mr. President, sir, Imo people are delighted and excited to have you in our midst today. We are equally grateful that you kindly accepted to honor us with your esteemed presence for the second time in about 1 year, in spite of your incredible busy schedule. To put it mildly, my joy knew no bounds when you kindly accepted to come in person to commission these key projects, which are among the signature projects of this administration. I also welcome you in a very special way, all those who have accompanied Mr. President on this memorable visit, which he has made for the purpose of commissioning 3 flagship projects successfully executed by my administration. May I also formally welcome and appreciate the various strata of Imo society who have assembled here to welcome our dear President. I'm also glad that you are here in your numbers from across and beyond Imo State. Indeed, leaders from Southeast are here to welcome our dear President. Today's event will serve as yet another testament to the unassailable resolve of my administration to serve Imo people with dedication and a deep sense of purpose. The landmark projects which have just been commissioned by Mr. President today include the dualized Owerri-Olu Road, the Owerri-Okigwe Road Phase 1, terminating at Angara, the rebuilt, refurnished, and equipped Imo State House of Assembly complex. Mr. President, each of these projects has a remarkable history behind it. For instance, the dualized Owerri-Olu Road, a 35-kilometer road, had been a nightmare for motorists for over 2 decades. The state of the road was made worse by its uniquely difficult topography, complicated by erosion, especially gully erosion at Njaba-Amucha axis, which had defied solution until now. Our people readily recall with some sense of trepidation the promise of President Shehu Shagari to tackle the Amucha erosion problem when he visited Imo State over 40 years ago. At the time of his visit, the erosion was already threatening to cut off the affected villages from the rest of Imo State. Unfortunately, that promise was not kept. Perhaps to underscore the high expectations of the people for a lasting solution to the Njaba-Amucha erosion menace, and their disappointment over the consequent inability of the then Chayari administration to keep its promise, our people evolved a saying which tagged any failed promise around here as Shagari's promise to Amucha people. The good news today is that that 40-year-old promise made by the Second Republic President has been partly fulfilled under the watch of President Muhammadu Buhari. Mr. President, this is so because this federal road, the Owerri-Olu Carriage Road, which you have just commissioned, is the same federal road that goes across the hitherto perilous Amucha erosion site. The intractable nature of the erosion at the Njaba end of the road was one of the lame excuses or reasons that previous administrations gave for not fixing such an economically important road. To the glory of God, we found the courage, the dedication, the means, and the requisite technology to fix it. I am happy and proud to share the good news that the seemingly intractable and dreaded Njaba erosion menace is now being comprehensively addressed. Beyond the reference to history, this road, which cuts across 7 local government areas of the state, is economically and geographically strategic. The farmers and entrepreneurs in the communities connected by this road now have the much needed access to the capital city of Owerri, where they can find a bigger market for their produce and wares. With this road, several other local markets located along and around the road have also been re-energized by increased patronage, which has been made possible by the improved access. Sellers and buyers living around on these roads are now very excited and happy. The road has also improved the ability of civil servants who live in these parts of the state to commute to work and return to their homes on a daily basis. Similarly, transporters and travelers who ply the road are already reporting improved business outlook and a better traveling experience through the state. More than anything else, it was the economic and social importance of the road that made it a priority project and informed our determination to realize it in spite of the uphill task it was. The second project, which is the 52-kilometer Owerri-Okigwe Road, which facilitates our access to parts of Abia, Enugu, and the Ebonyi states, experienced the same fate of abandonment until the intervention of our administration. In the abandoned state, a journey from Owerri to Okigwe took up to 3 hours instead of the normal 50 minutes or less. This was also partly because the intractable gully erosion at Akabo and many other failed portions of the road made it impossible. The impassable portion became death traps and forced motorists to take a detour through narrow paths in several villages before being able to access the motorable parts of the road. The construction of the first phase of the road from Owerri to Angan has now been realized under your watch. Mr. President, it is our commitment to deliver the second phase of the road before the end of January next year. Mr. President, I say under your watch again because the construction of these key roads, including some ongoing ones, has been made possible through your support and encouragement. In line with your administration's commitment to the sustenance of democracy through strengthening of its institutions and the different arms of government, my administration embarked upon the total reconstruction, rebuilding of the State House of Assembly complex. As a matter of fact, when I assumed office as the governor of the state, the House of Assembly complex had been completely abandoned and had become a shadow of itself. Indeed, for over 10 years, lawmakers had fled the complex for a temporary accommodation outside the complex for fear of losing their lives because of its level of dilapidation, which had made it a death trap. Believing that the state legislators deserve a better meeting place, I was moved to embark on the capital-intensive project of rebuilding the assembly complex. I had to do this because I'm aware that the legislature is the bastion of democracy as well as the symbol of the people's power. As we know, the parliamentarians are the representatives of all our people. So the House of Assembly is the meeting point of the people, irrespective of their political differences. I am proud to announce to you, Mr. President, that the Assembly complex, which houses the People's Parliament, has now come back to life. Mr. President, sir, I'm talking about the imposing edifice that you have just kindly commissioned for us today. Your Excellency, these three projects are part of the signature projects which are currently receiving the attention of my administration. It is noteworthy, however, to mention that there are several other road and infrastructure projects which my administration is undertaking. While some of these have been completed, many more are still under construction or awaiting inauguration. We pride ourselves as apostles of road revolution because in less than 3 years since I took over as the governor, this administration has done more than 105 roads across the 27 local governments of the state. Under our prosperity agenda, encapsulated in reconstruction, rehabilitation, and recovery, we intend to connect all communities in the state with motorable roads before the end of our first term. In line with this well-laid-out plan, we only recently flagged off the construction of 2 new roads that are key to economic development of the state, which incidentally are also federal roads. These 2 important roads can be rightly described as the economic arteries of the state, as they directly link us to Abia and Anambra states. In addition, they also serve as access roads to many more states, including Ebonyi State, Akwa Ibom State, and Cross River states. This implies that when completed, they will boost interstate trade and tourism between us and other states. The 2 roads have one thing in common, and that is prolonged negligence and abandonment. The first of this is the long-neglected Owerri, Mbise, Obo, and Umuahia Road, while the other is the equally long-neglected Olu, Mgbe, Akokwa, Uruala, Oga Road. As I speak, the engineering designs for the construction of these 2 routes is making rapid progress. I wish to emphatically put it on record that by the time these roads are completed, our people should have a fair handle to drive the economic and social revival of our state. I make bold to say that when these 2 federal roads are delivered, to add to the 2 Your Excellency has just commissioned. Virtually, all the 27 local governments in the state would have been linked by solid, properly laid out, and durable highways that will massively transform the economic landscape of the state for good. Mr. President, I am proud to tell you that our goal is to leave Imo State far better than we met it. In the pursuit of this goal, we have remained steadfast, we have remained tenacious, and we have remained resilient. Above all, we have refused to be distracted by the threats of insecurity and social media blackmail and propaganda, most of which are politically contrived and sponsored. So I'm confident that soon, when the work is done, we can look back and proudly say, yes, we did it. Yes, we did it. We did that which looked impossible, and we did it in just 4 years. So shall it be to the glory of God. Mr. President, we have refused to succumb to social media blackmail and propaganda. Rather, we have decided to concentrate so that our performance will strategically speak for us. Because according to the popular saying in this part of the world, it is an acceptable norm that seeing is believing. You will recall, sir, that during your last visit, you commissioned the Naze Nekede Ihiagwa Obinze Road, which links two federal government-owned tertiary institutions, namely the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, and the Federal Polytechnic, Nekede. You also inaugurated the Iwayamu bypass. You inaugurated the brand new Executive Council chambers and the balloon flood control technology. These are strong indicators of our commitment to recover our state from their infrastructure deficit, as well as usher our people into a new world of unparalleled economic opportunities. We remain grateful to you, Mr. President, as our father, for always being there for us, for supporting us in diverse ways and making it possible for us to serve our people better. The fact that you have been to Imo State twice in a space of 1 year is a clear confirmation that you have a special love for Imo State and her people. Beyond that, you have also repeatedly demonstrated your love for Ndi Igbo, and Ndi Imo in particular. Your kind approval recently for the federal government's takeover of Avanikoku College of Education, a matter that has been lingering for 2 decades, is a clear pointer in this direction. Again, only recently, you approved for the Federal Medical Center in Owerri to be upgraded to a teaching hospital for clinical practice and research by students and staff of the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. Mr. President, the establishment of a naval base at Oguta is another testimony for your care for Igbo people. This could not have come at a more critical time than now. If I dare list all you have done for Imo State, we may not live here today. But I can't leave out the fact that your prompt intervention helped to restore peace and order in our state. But for your timely, prompt, and fatherly intervention through the security agencies, Imo State would have been overrun by bandits and hoodlums. For this, I also say a big thank you, Mr. President. You have also demonstrated your love for Ndi Igbo through the completion of the Second River Niger Bridge, a project that has been on the bucket list of Ndi Igbo for decades. This is a project that previous administrations paid lip service to and turned it into a campaign taunt of Ndi Igbo. But without much fanfare, you have tackled the multi-billion naira project head-on. Mr. President, I must tell you that since the end of the Civil War, it is under your administration that federal government will do one project at a cost in excess of 360 billion naira. It has never done by any government before 2015. Today, the bridge is almost completed, awaiting commissioning. The same goes for the upgrading of Enugu Airport to a proper international airport with all the necessary facilities in place. The reconstruction of Aba-Umuahia Enugu to Onitsha-Dua Carriageway is yet another landmark project of your administration in the Southeast. There are indeed many more, and we are truly grateful for you. We are truly grateful for your very kind disposition towards us. Ndị Igbo appreciates it. We are indeed very grateful. Mr. President, we continue to commend you. We continue to thank you, while also expecting that you will continue to support Ndị Igbo and do more projects in the Southeast. What then, Mr. President, shall we repay you with? First, we offer and assure you of our loyalty. Secondly, we pledge to be law-abiding to make it easier for you to govern Nigeria. And thirdly, I will continue to serve Imo State. I will continue to serve Imo people with utmost honesty, dedication, accountability, and the fear of God. And on this, I will not fail, knowing that this is what you expect of me. Thank you, Mr. President, for visiting us for the second time and for accepting to commission our projects on 3 occasions. We shall await your next visit to commission more projects. I wish you and your entourage a very safe and smooth return to Abuja. And please say us well to your family when you get back. Ondimwa, thank you very much for standing by me and for believing in me. Without your support, we couldn't have done much. Thank you also, my brothers and sisters from Southeast, from different states in the Southeast, and those who came from outside Southeast. Thank you, the Deputy Senate President and Deputy Speaker, for finding time to identify with me in this occasion. I want to join hands and join all of us to welcome Mr. President to Owerri. Mr. President, you are welcome. Ndewo. May God bless all of us as we return safely to our different destinations. Long live Imo State. Long live Southeast. Long live Mr. President. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. May God bless all of us.
And that was on point, if you ask me. Indeed, the applause there we saw signifies the essence with which that speech was received.
Thank you very much.
Let's go back to the arena.
President, the natural thing would be to invite Mr. President. But Mr. President, I'm conscious of protocols. I am aware that once you have spoken, we take the national anthem. Permit us, Your Excellency, to invite the Deputy Governor of Imo State to give a vote of thanks that is befitting of this great event. Professor Placid Njoku, vote of thanks.
Your Excellency, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Uzodinma, and Mama Imo, Barrister Mrs. Chioma Uzodinma, the Deputy Senate President of the Senate, and the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols duly observed. I would like to say, Mr. President, that in unison, the Imo people thank Almighty God for the gift of distinguished Senator Uzodinma. He is a special gift to Imo State at a critical time as this. It is thought that there's hardly any other person, or there are not many people who would have been able to stand the heat that exists today in Imo State, but somebody with the courage, with the broad shoulder, and the special gift of distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma. We do know, Your Excellency, Mr. President, that distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma derives most of his inspiration from you. He is constantly in touch with you. Each time he comes back from a trip to Abuja, he brings new ideas and new hope to the state. You can see for yourself that in 2 visits, you have commissioned very many signature projects delivered by distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma. And so, we are very grateful to you for the support you have constantly given to him, the courage that you've allowed him to exhibit as he marshals out the intellect in him, the sagacity in him, the savvy elements that make him. For the second time in a year, this is September, and last year, September, you were here. We are hoping that you will come again before the end of your tenure to commission the second phase of the Owerri or Kigwe Road. And indeed, the other 2 roads, Owerri, Umuahia, and Olu Akokwa roads. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've had a great day. God has been gracious with us. Some rainmakers, Your Excellency, had indicated that they were going to bring the rains down today. And what we did as chairman of committee of the planning committee for this event was to tell our people to go on their knees and pray to God, because we believe in God. And they did. And I think we've had one of the best weathers in a very long time. And so, Your Excellency, we thank you very much for coming.